Kyle Shanahan, where you at? Woo! You took our backup tight end. You took our running back. The Niners took our coach. But you forgot to take number 11, and you forgot to take number 2. Future Hall of Famers. Kyle Shanahan, sit your punk ass down. Falcons all day. What up, Falcons Nation? Rise up, Nation. It's your boy, Jazzy Jeff. Real talk, no gimmicks. Bring that real Falcons talk to real Falcons fans. And I want to give you post-game thoughts about our victory versus the San Francisco 49ers, or should I say the San Francisco Falcons, because they have Toilolo, they have Coleman, they have Kyle Shanahan. And let me address Kyle Shanahan real quick. This fool had the audacity to say that this was the Falcons' Super Bowl. No, Kyle Shanahan. The Falcons Super Bowl was in 2016 when you refused to run the ball twice and got Matt Ryan sacked out of field goal range. We were up so big, all you had to do was run the ball. Even if we got 0-yard gain, kicked the field goal, we still would have won the game. But no, you got too damn pass happy and did not know how to call a game plan with the lead. That is your fault. I'm glad you're gone. And now you think you're so cocky, you think you're so above it all that teams are coming in thinking that this is our Super Bowl? No. We got nothing to play for. We're evaluating our own team right now so we can get better next year. Don't nobody care about you. Ain't nobody thinking about you. So you coach your own little team, and let's see how far you get with Jimmy G. And it is what it is. And before I say that, I actually have a unfair bias for Jimmy G because I graduated from the same college as Jimmy G. I saw Jimmy G play in college. After I graduated, I came back, visited my school, and saw him play. So I'm rooting for the guy in his career, but not against my team. So looking at it objectively, it's clear that apparently they have the better coach, right? They got the better defense, better offensive line. But at the end of the day, they don't have 11. And they don't have number 2. Jimmy G might be a decent quarterback, but he's not Matt Ryan. And just like when I saw him in college, when he gets down, when his team gets down and score, he's not the type of quarterback who can just drop back and start slinging it. He needs ball control, a lead, great defense to mask and minimize his flaws. Matt Ryan is the opposite way. When we're down, Matt Ryan can still drop back and sling it. Matt Ryan can get us back in the game, and you saw that. That's why they call him Matty Ice. The man got ice water in his veins. And this man, Goat Jones, he's just on a whole nother level. He's a different human being. Yeah, they're going to say, oh, well, Richard Sherman didn't play. Well, yeah, we didn't have Calvin Ridley. That makes a huge difference. So let's talk about some of the guys who are filling in for Calvin Ridley. I think Russell Gage is doing a decent job. He just needs a full year of replacing Mohamed Sanu, being in the playbook, working the offseason, getting those reps. I think Christian Blake is a huge liability on our team. Every week I'm seeing him make mental errors, mental mistakes, special teams, penalties, muffing it, stepping out of bounds before you touch the ball. And he's just a liability right now on the field, and I just don't like him out there. So I just pray to God Calvin really can get back to speed. Once again, Devontae Freeman, he looks lackluster. It's sad that when I see Tevin Coleman out there, because he's clearly a better natural running back than Devontae Freeman is. And unfortunately, we made the mistake of keeping the wrong guy. And people are saying, oh, Kyle Shanahan made Tevin Coleman, and I don't believe that's true at all. The Niners run a different offense. They use 3 running backs. They interchange them way faster than we do. We have 1-2 punch, and our scheme is way less running the ball. We barely run the ball, and we only use one guy. So Tevin Coleman on that team is not going to be able to show his full potential because they're not going to use him as a lead back. They have too many running backs. They use committees. So, but it was good to see Quadra Olson get another touchdown at goal line. That man is too big to be stopped. We should have been doing that all season. I don't know why we didn't. the defense stepped up, but I feel like against Jimmy G, we didn't have to because they don't really throw the ball a lot. They're a run-heavy team. They are the opposite of what we do. We are a pass-heavy team. I believe they said that we run the least amount of running plays out of any team in the NFL. So what happened to Dirk Cutter's balance? Remember he said that? Remember he said he's coming here to be balanced? Yeah, so much for that. We passed the most out of any team in the NFL. So next year, that's something we definitely have to address because it's going to get Matt Ryan sacked a lot. And we got to protect him. And obviously, we're in trouble protecting him as it is. The defense played great. Tack McKinley got hurt. Vic Beasley. I am done trying to evaluate Vic Beasley. This guy has no middle. He is either very good or very bad, where I'm like, what the hell is this guy doing in the NFL? He never has a middle. So at this point, I'm just going to chalk it up to he's a decent player. He can stay on our team. I'm okay with that. I just think that Grady played excellent as well. If we just get a Derrick Brown next to Grady Jarrett, this team can be so much better because you have to build your defense from inside out, not outside in. So you start in the interior. The quickest way to a quarterback is up the middle, collapse in the pocket. Once you do that, the corners don't have to cover as long. So it doesn't matter if you have an average corner or a subpar corner. If your pass rush is so good, it masks all that. And then vice versa, it doesn't matter if you have the best secondary in the world. If you have no pass rush, those corners are going to get exposed. So I would love to see us go defensive tackle first. I'll get into all that later when I start breaking down players for the draft. But even when Grady gets double teamed, this man can still wreak havoc. And that was a BS call on the roughing the passer. We all know that. The guy barely touched his ankles. So, but it's the soft NFL. So what you going to do about it? I thought, for the most part, Austin Hooper did well. That should have been a touchdown as well. It's just good to see that when we put it together, even when we're down Calvin Ridley, this is how good we can be. We can beat top teams in the NFC. The number one seed in the NFC, we can beat them. That goes to show you that if we just collectively put it together, we are a very hard team to beat. Remember, we also beat the New Orleans Saints, playoff team. They're going. Philadelphia Eagles could possibly be a playoff team. They're going. We beat them too. So I think that in the offseason, with better drafting, getting rid of bad contracts, better coaching, an actual defensive coordinator calling the plays, less Dan Quinn calling the plays, we can be a threat in this NFC. Especially, who knows what happens to Drew Brees retiring? Who knows what's going to happen to Cam Newton, the Panthers? Who knows what's going to happen to Jameis Winston? I think this division is definitely ripe for the taking, but we got to put it together. We got to draft correctly. We got to sign the right guys. Stop bargain bin diving on guys who are not that good. Move these bad contracts and start letting some of these younger guys get the reps and get in the game because they can handle it. Don't tell me Quadri Olsen can't handle it. He can handle it. So you don't know what you got until you actually put him on the field and try him. You can't win games on the sidelines holding a clipboard. You can't win games not getting snaps. You can't win games getting a carry here, carry there. You have to put guys in the game, throw them into the fire, and see if they come out surviving. That's how you win games. So I'm happy for the win. I truly don't believe in tanking. There was a part of me who's like, oh, let's tank. But I'm like, why? Because when you look at the teams who do that, they relatively always stay in the same position every year. There's only a few exceptions to the rule. The Browns, who are still average, got all their picks, and now they're okay. The Buffalo Bills were really bad for a while. Now they got a bunch of first-round draft picks, and now they're decent. Obviously, the San Francisco 49ers. Who else? There's a couple of them, but that doesn't mean that it's always going to happen like that. So, and it's a loser mentality, in my opinion. If you are purposely losing a game or thinking that you want to lose a game, you've already lost the battle. And you're not going to have that winning mentality. How you going to go into the locker room and tell your guys, hey, we're going to go out here and lose with these picks? Because you don't know what picks turn out to be, number one. Number two, this is not like basketball. In football, if you are not trying, if you are half-assed effort playing football, you will get hurt. You cannot walk through a football game half-heartedly and think you're not going to get hurt. Basketball, you can walk up and down the court and not try, and it doesn't matter because no one's going to take your head off. Football, you always got to keep your head on a swivel, so not trying is just not an option in football. Number one. Number two, I'm old school. I like to see my team win under any circumstance. I don't want to go and watch a football game and say, hey, I'm happy with watching my team lose because I know we're going to get a good draft pick. That to me is not happy. Why do we watch the game? I watch the game for happiness. I watch the game to see us win. I watch the game to see Julio Jones make those catches. I watch the game to see Matt Ryan make that comeback game-winning drive. That's why I watch the game. The picks and shit we can sort out later. It doesn't matter. We can reach the Super Bowl without having the number one draft pick. We don't have to go that route. So I'm never going to vouch for tanking. And plus, this guy that everyone wanted, Falcons Nation were dying for us to tank for Chase Young. And now he's saying that he's not even entering the draft. He wants to stay in college. So we're going to tank for a guy who's not even coming to the draft? The hell is that? It's a loser mentality to me. Call me old school. Call me what you want. Whatever. I just don't believe in it. So moving forward, I also wanted to touch upon looking back at my my draft reaction on draft night and how I feel about it today. And the answer is I kind of still feel the exact same way. Why do I say that? Because we drafted two offensive linemen in the first round. Now, what are offensive linemen supposed to do? Run blocks so you get better run production. Protect your quarterback so you get more points production. Keep your quarterback from getting injured, things like that. Now, do you really think that if we scored more points or if Matt Ryan was not injured or we blocked from him more, we were going to win some of these games? The answer is no, because we lost those games because of defense. The pass rush, how bad were we in sacks until a few weeks ago? We were dead last. How bad were we in allowing points? The run defense, atrocious. We lose games because of our defense. A lot of our losses were because of defense. They were not because of offense. We put up a bunch of points in a lot of these games, and we still lost them because the defense was so bad. And it was the same problem that I brought up before the draft even happened. So, a lot of people, and I had to keep explaining this because people don't understand and they want to attack my video and call me this and call me an idiot and blah, blah, blah. They don't understand where I'm coming from. So I'm going to try to explain it one more time for some of these slow people out here, okay? There's a thing called prioritizing. Prioritizing doesn't mean that you hate one and like the other. Prioritizing means that you have an order of what you want. So when I say I don't want an offensive lineman number one, that doesn't mean that I have an agenda against Chris Lindstrom. That doesn't mean that I don't like Caleb McGrary. It means that I have my priorities in a different order than other people. So number one, I would have gone defensive tackle. Number two, I would have gone back in the first round and still got an offensive lineman like a Caleb McGrary. And then I would have built my team that way. I don't think that two offensive linemen was going to make the difference to stop the hemorrhaging of our defense, because our defense was so bad. The pass rush was terrible. The interior was terrible. And like I said before in the beginning of this video, you build your team from inside out. Defensive line first, linebackers, corners, then safety. That's how you build the defense. So defensive tackle, offensive lineman, another linebacker, go back and get an offensive lineman again. That's how I would have built the team. And people say, oh, well, Jeff, one or two players ain't going to fix it. You're right. Just like two offensive linemen ain't going to fix the problem. So in coupling with the way I would have drafted, I would have also gone and got better free agent corners, better free agent linebackers. I would have gone so cheap on that side. That's just me. So I still feel the same way. That does not mean that I don't like Chris Lindstrom and McGrary. Even if they're all pro offensive linemen, that's not going to fix our defense. And we're still going to lose games because we can't stop anybody. So it's not that I don't like them. It's about at that spot, we don't need 2 offensive linemen. We should have had some defense next to Grady. If you just look at the history of football, teams that have 2 decent, solid defensive tackles, their defenses are pretty much excellent. The Rams, the one year they get Ndamukong Suh, they go to the Super Bowl. Look at the Buccaneers with Suh now. Who else? There's a few others out there, and I can't think of them off the top of my head right now. Sorry about that. But once you get another defensive tackle next to Grady, they cannot just double team him without paying the price. That's why I want another defensive tackle. It would also help Vic Beasley. For those Vic Beasley fans out there, shout out to Mad Mike. It would help Vic Beasley in his pass rush. It would help Tat McKinley in his pass rush. It would help Isaiah Oliver cover less time. It would help a DeMonte KZ. It would help a Ricardo Allen. It would help Kendall Sheffield. So the reason why defensive tackle is so important because it affects everything. It's like a chain reaction. It's a domino effect. It affects every other position around him. You get a corner, as good as he is, he's not going to affect the rest of the defense like a defensive tackle will. Collapsing that pocket is so important, and I just wish we would have done that in the first round. So that does not mean I do not like Lindstrom and McGrary. I like them. My opinions have evolved on McGrary's health. Apparently he can handle it, so good for him. I applaud him for that. I like them, keep them on our team, but it's time to rebuild that interior defensive line. And let's get back to playing like we just played in this game. It's clear that we're capable. We have the talent. It's not like we're void of talent. And with that being said, I guess a lot of Falcons fans are just going to say, hey, Dan Quinn's sticking around because he's won enough games to keep his job. And I'm okay with that. I personally don't want Dan Quinn to coach our team, but if he's going to stay, defensive coordinator, we need one. Jeff Albrecht, promote him, please. Don't lose Raheem Morris. Keep him too. Offensive coordinator, Dirk Cutter, I think still got to go. The offense is vanilla. Run offense is still terrible. Devontae Freeman, you got to move. Bad contract. Trufant, we should try looking into moving him too. Devondre Campbell, we should move, but he's also one of those guys where it's like, for his mistakes, he also gets a lot of tackles, racks up a lot of tackles. So it's hard, but if we're gonna keep one of them, I'd rather keep Vic Beasley and move Devondre Campbell. That's my opinion. If we move both, so be it. If we keep both, I don't like that. But as long as we move Devontae Freeman, I'm okay with the rest of the moves we make in that area. So, Falcons Nation, tell me what you think about this win. Are you upset because you want to tank for picks? Or are you happy to see your team go out there and play to win the game like it's supposed to be played? Like Herm Edwards said, you play to win the game. And I just don't believe in this tank mentality. I just don't. So, anyways, Falcons Nation, that's all I got for this week. I will try to do a preview for the next game, but this is the week I am leaving for Florida to go visit my mom. I will be at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game, so I'll try to get video for that. So please, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Hit that subscribe button so you get future content. Like, comment, and share this video. Please support my channel. Help us grow. Unintentional grounding. Support all my guys out there on unintentional grounding. And as always, Falcons Nation, we rise up. Good victory, guys. Peace.